So Unit 3, kind of look at the beginning here. You can see it's a shorter lesson. We have talked about one variable statistics already in Unit 1. Now we're going to talk about two variables, so comparing two things at a time rather than just one. Through tables, scatter plots, talk about something called the coefficient, linear or correlation coefficient, and how to use those things to estimate a length. So this book will be used for the next 3 lessons. Unit 3 is only 10, Unit 4 is only 18, and Unit 5 is 21. So they're all shorter than the last lesson. We are actually going to skip lesson 6 as well. We cover that kind of throughout the first 5, so we're not going to spend a day on that one. So Unit 3 is going to go pretty quick. Being there's 10 lessons and we're skipping 1. But go ahead and open to page 6. And Jordan, would you read that, please?
What? You want to read?
Starting with several.
Several students were surveyed about whether they prefer writing with pen or pencil. And they are also asked whatever they prefer, line paper or online paper. Some of the results are.
Go ahead and read the results.
The survey included 100 different students. 40 students said they prefer using pen more than pencil. 45 students said they prefer using online paper more than line paper. 10 students say they prefer line paper and pen. 45 students said they prefer pencil and line paper.
Okay, so for each part, explain or show how you know. So that's the information. This one's not in a table. We'll see it put it in a table and then answering similar questions on the next one. This is more of a list. But it says, how many students prefer using pencil more than pen? Yeah.
60.
How do you know that?
Because if there's a total of 100 students and 40 of them prefer pen over pencil, then you subtract them.
Yeah, 40 prefer pen. So you take your total minus a 40 that said they prefer pen, and that would be left with 60 students. Question number 2, how many students prefer using pen and unlined paper? Pen and unlined paper.
Oh, 80 or 85.
So,
85.
Yeah, so how many said they enjoyed using a pen, first of all?
40.
40. So that's our initial amount. How many prefer unlined
45.
paper? Well, 10 preferred lined paper and the pen. So that means we'd be left with 30 students.
But it says that 45 said that they prefer using unlined paper. So wouldn't you add that to 40?
No, because some of those could have said pen and some could have said pencil. That's not enough to base that on. So I'm using my 40 for this first statement. 40 prefer pen, and then I see that 10 said lined paper and pen. That means 30 must be unlined paper and pen. Yeah, 40 was the max. Pencil and unlined paper. So if 40 said they like using pen, that means our initial amount is 60 prefer using pencil. And we do have a note that says how many prefer pencil and lined paper. How many prefer pencil and lined paper? 45, so that means our left is 15 students. All right, so you can see if you have a list, it can get a little confusing of which number do I use, right? Which one? A table makes it a lot easier. Okay, it's a lot less information to show the same amounts here. says a scientist is trying to determine the role of a specific gene by looking at traits of fruit flies. The offspring of 2 fruit flies are examined to determine the color of their eyes and whether they have curled wings or standard wings. 80 offspring are randomly selected, so there's a total of 80 there. And the results are recorded in a two-way table. It's called two-way table because we got information going both directions. So what does the 17 mean?
Curled wings and red eyes.
Yeah, it says there are, that would be the number of flies with curled wings and red eyes. That's right there. Okay, so how many had white eyes?
18.
How do you get that?
5 plus 13.
Yeah, we'll go through the white eyes column, and that's a total of 18 fruit flies. How many selected fly offspring had standard wings? How many? 58 is correct. That'd be 45 and 13. Both of those added together. All right, I don't think we need to do one of those. We're gonna go right into 1.3 here. We're gonna look at a couple of these. Please don't write on the card. Let's just go into 2 groups, guys, gals, please. Probably the same thing. Make that little chart there. Again, don't write on the paper, but make a little chart like this on page 9. And then you'll be able to write on it and fill it in.
Did you give us, you gave us the same card?
Yep,
Oh, yeah.
that's just so you can look at more than one.
Here, since you know.
Yep. That's just so you can both, or all look at it, hopefully together in their groups there. All right, so you're just gonna make that chart on the bottom of the page because I don't want you to write on the card. So I'll kind of sketch that out quick. I'll give you a minute or so, and then we will discuss. All right. Obviously, you need more information than this, so I'm going to help give you that, and then we'll see if you can answer the questions. Okay, Jada ran with her headphones on 10 times. So where does that go?
Total to the right of headphones on.
Yeah, so 10 should go right here. Total headphones on, and then what other one can you fill out then?
6 is under 20.
Yeah, that means 6 has to go here. Because those would have to equal 10.
You can fill another one out too.
This one?
18.
This one would be 18, because they have to equal 28. Ten of Jada's runs that took 25 minutes or longer were completed without headphones on. 10 of Jada's runs that took 25 minutes or longer were completed without headphones on. So where does that go?
25 minutes or more, headphones off.
Okay, so right here. From there, you should be able to get the rest. So go ahead and fill that out.
How many?
It's gonna be on YouTube forever. This is Samantha's, so please comment on if you do not think that's very neat. All right, so the questions. How many of her runs took less than 25 minutes?
14.
14. Among the runs that took under 25 minutes, what fraction of them completed without headphones on? So among her runs that took under 25 minutes, which would be 14, so that would be our denominator,
4 and 3/4.
what fraction of them were completed without headphones on?
8.
And then, of course, we reduce. 4 out of 7 is correct. So those would be the two answers for the questions at the bottom. We're gonna do one more of those. I think you have room on the bottom there to do the other one as well. Would you like a copy, or can you just copy it off the screen here?
We can copy on the screen.
All right, so let's just do that.
Yeah.
So please jot that down. Bottom of page 9 maybe, or 8, wherever you put that other one. Hopefully you got room there. All right, whenever you see one of these, the bottom right will always be your total. So nothing can add up more than 100 here. So these two have to add up to 100. These two have to add up to 100. So before we get to the questions, here's some information. 40 people responded that they use mouthwash. So where does that 40 go? In total. So So 40 goes here. That means you can fill out the 60 there. Of the people who use mouthwash, 30 also floss. Upper left. So that means this would be 10, yes. 55 people said they do not floss. Bottom left or bottom middle? Bottom middle. And then from there, I believe we should be able to get the rest. Connor, can you help me out?
Floss, no floss. 100 minus 45.
Here?
No.
Here. Okay, so you decided those two got to equal 100. So how about here?
And then 45 minus 30 is 50. And 45 minus 10 is 40.
And then we can check that going this way as well. All right, so let's see if we can answer the questions. Among the people who use mouthwash, how many more do not use floss than do? So among the people who did not use mouthwash, so we're looking at this column here, how many more people do not use floss than do? So how many more people is in this column than this column? 30. What percent of the people who responded that they use mouthwash, so now we're looking at the top one, don't floss? So just looking at the top, what percent of the people who responded they use mouthwash do not floss? How'd you get that?
1/4.
Yeah, 10 out of 40, or 1/4, is 25%. Very good. So another good example on page 10, if you'd like to look at that. But assignment should be pretty self-explanatory today. Make sure you answer all the questions, fill in the charts where needed. Some are asking you to make a chart, but only 4 questions. Once you are done with that, I would like you to work on con until let's do the last 15 minutes of class. You can have free time if your assignment's done. So 4 questions, then con until, what time would that be? 10:59. So if you're done with your assignment at 10:59, you may work on con until then, and then free time after that on your iPads, not your phones, Samira.